Hi everyone, it's Roger here from What's On at DisneyPlus.com. It's Thursday, it's time for a quick Disney Plus News Roundup. We're going to be talking about the Emmys, Bob Iger staying, we'll be talking about High School Musical, the series, and much more. But before we go any further, make sure you do hit that subscribe button to keep up with the latest Disney Plus news. Okay, so let's start talking first off about a big new release coming to Disney Plus in August. Disney has announced that it's going to be re-releasing the classic 1950s film Cinderella on Disney Plus on August the 25th, and it's going to be available in 4K, but it's also a completely new restored version. It's going to look fantastic. This has kind of been recently released on the Blu-ray version, but now we're going to be getting it on Disney Plus. It's going to be all restored. It's going to look really nice. They've been working on this for a while, and they're also working on some other projects, and it really kind of just brings some of these classic films onto Disney Plus in the best way possible, so we can enjoy them in the best way possible. And when you think of how old these films are, for them to be going back, restoring them, I think it's fantastic. I think it's definitely a great thing to see. Hopefully they do this with more of their classic films and just making sure, you know, we get to enjoy them at their best. But let me know, will you be checking out the new version of Cinderella when it arrives on Disney Plus on August the 25th? Love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. Also arriving on Disney Plus in August is going to be the fourth and final season of High School Musical, the series. It's going to be dropping on August the 9th. We're going to be getting all of the series at once. I'm not going to be doing a weekly drop on this one, binging it and dropping it. The new trailer looks pretty good to me. Kind of showing off really how the story's kind of coming to a close as they're all kind of going into their senior year, and it's going to be a little bit different this time because they're going to be trying to put on a performance of High School Musical 3, but more importantly, they're actually going to be having the High School Musical 4 film being filmed at the school at the same time, and they're going to be using some of them kind of jumping between them, and they're going to have lots of original actors and stuff back. So I think it's a nice way of kind of rounding it out and bringing it back to the original story with the original films. Yeah, I think it looks pretty good. Looking forward to watching it. I've enjoyed the previous seasons, but also with this show, with it coming to an end, Personally, I think it's maybe a good time to do it, and then maybe bring it back in a few years with a brand new cast, because they can only generally do these things for a few years while they're at high school, because yeah, they look a little bit old by now. But I know a lot of people are really excited about this one. Yeah, and I'm really looking forward to it. It does look really good. And yeah, so let me know. Are you going to be watching it? Let me know in the comments below. Speaking of extra stuff being added onto Disney Plus, if you enjoyed the Miss Marvel series, good news. They have added 6 new deleted scenes onto the platform. So if you go into the extra section of the show, you'll find them. Expect to see more of this kind of stuff being added as they're trying to increase the value of what's on Disney Plus, and I think that's not a bad thing, especially with all the strikes and stuff going on. I think kind of backfilling the website and backfilling with extra stuff from DVDs, I think it just makes sense. Though definitely between this and with Cinderella, it does kind of feel like sort of Disney Plus has kind of slid into that territory of being the home video version now, which is not a huge surprise. But let us know, are you going to be checking out these Miss Marvel extra deleted scenes? I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. The nominations for this year's Emmy Awards have been announced, and Disney has done rather well, pulling in over 163 nominations across all of their studios, which include Hulu, Disney Plus, FX, National Geographic, ABC. Kind of interesting with how this gets reported, because you know, some of them kind of saying, well, HBO Max has got the most and Netflix has got the most. I think actually Disney has the most, but because it gets broken down into different studios, it doesn't look quite as much. But yeah, Disney got a lot, lots of nominations for so many originals, so many shows. In some ways, it's like what hasn't been nominated for over the last year. Bear picked up 13 nominations, including Outstanding Comedy Series. Only Murders in the Building also picked up 11 nominations, including for Best Comedy Series, while The Mandalorian picked up 9 nominations, and Abbott Elementary picked up 8 nominations. Star Wars Andor picked up 8 nominations, including Outstanding Drama Series. And also Flashman in Trouble picked up 7 nominations. The Obi-Wan Kenobi series picked up 5. And Welcome to Wrexham picked up 6 nominations. Hulu Star Original Film Prey picked up 6 nominations as well, which I think is great because that's a fantastic film. Also, the Hulu Star Original Series Welcome to Chippendales picked up 5 nominations, and many more did. As I said, with 163 nominations, I'm not going to go through all of them because there's a lot of them. You'll find the link below with all the details on that one. But yeah, this one's going to be really good for Disney. I'm hoping they pick up something. Out of 163, you'd hope they'll pick up some stuff. But it really does show when Disney is firing on all cylinders and you see all of the stuff together, you know, they have an amazing amount of content. And especially for us with Disney Plus internationally, pretty much all of these films and shows are on Disney Plus. So there's lots of great stuff to watch there. Definitely would recommend, you know, Only Murders in the Building, The Mandalorian, and also The Bear, which is going to be coming to Disney Plus next week around the world. So looking forward to that one. But let me know, is your favourite show been nominated? I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. Moving on to there, let's get on to some big news from Disney, because Disney CEO Bob Iger has announced that he's going to be staying with the company until 2026. Originally, he came back last year after they booted out Chapek. He got brought back, and it was supposed to be for 2 years to kind of redirect the company, get a new successor, and then he was going to go away because he'd already been out of the company for a couple of years. And it's kind of one of those things with Bob Iger. He tends to keep extending his contracts. It happens a lot. Personally, I actually think this is a good thing for Disney. I don't think right now Disney's in a situation where it's kind of rejigging itself, getting itself sorted after the purchase of 20th Century Fox, and then with the pandemic, and then obviously with the current economic crisis. Disney's in a weird situation, and it's got to fix lots of little issues that it's got. It's got to fix its ESPN problem. It's got to fix the direct-to-consumer, like the streaming services. It's got to fix its programming, and you know, the theme parks. There's lots of stuff that it's kind of got to tweak and get things right. And I think they do need a little bit more time to get this in place. And I think trying to bring in a new CEO next year just would have distracted from that. This way now, hopefully as well, like the leaders of the entertainment division and the parks division can just kind of knuckle down and focus on what they need to fix rather than getting distracted with like a succession kind of story. I mean, in some way, the big thing of Iger trying to pick somebody to kind of replace him, it's an issue that's been going on for years. And hopefully they do find someone, but maybe I think right now is not really the time for it. They kind of need to get all of this stuff sorted and get Disney focused. You know, they're making some big changes, and yeah, I think personally this is a best move. Ultimately, we are going to need a new CEO for Disney. We are going to need them to kind of take the company into the next millennia and kind of get it ready for a new generation, as well as keeping all of us old fans happy as well. And that's going to need some new vision. Chapek didn't have that vision. It was just cost cutting. And yeah, so it's going to be interesting how all this comes about. Personally, as I said, I think some stability for Disney is good. I know, it's kind of one of those situations. There's a lot of stuff he needs to fix. And at least now he's kind of got the runway to do it. He's got a few years to do so. He's going to be on Squawk Box later today. It was kind of weird. They put out this announcement that he was going to be doing this talk today on Squawk Box. He doesn't do that many interviews, and you're like, well, why is he doing it now? It didn't make a lot of sense, but now that makes sense. And I'll probably give an outline of where he's seeing the company. Hopefully we get some updates on what's happening, like with Disney Plus and Hulu and ESPN and the writers' strike and the actors' strike and all that. I'll go into detail on the actors' strike tomorrow when we've got full information whether or not it's going ahead or not. But as of right now, it looks like it is, but I wanted to wait till we actually get some proper details on that one. Okay, let's now talk about what's new on Disney Plus today. We did get a new episode of The Kardashians on Disney Plus around the world and on Hulu in the United States. Again, more craziness from this family, and where you do really kind of look at it and go, they don't live in the real world. I think they put on like a birthday party in this one. But yeah, me and my wife enjoyed this episode. But yeah, it's always just nice to have something a little bit different. But yeah, so that is the main one for today. Okay, let's now jump into the comment of the day. David said, what's going to happen with the bundle when Disney buys Hulu or when Comcast buys Hulu? Okay, so with regards to kind of what's going on with this right now, we know Disney is going to be introducing the One App experience in the United States later this year, which is basically going to bring Hulu and also, by the looks of it, ESPN Plus available within Disney Plus. You're still going to have that Disney streaming bundle to access all of that content. So I don't think the streaming bundle is necessarily going anywhere. It might just go through some changes. It might then change when Disney has fully brought out Comcast stake in Hulu. I don't think Comcast is going to buy out Hulu's stake. I think Disney's already put the flag in the ground on that one and made its stake. So I suspect what will happen is we're going to have, for a while, we're going to have this streaming bundle of the free, much more interconnected with Disney Plus and Hulu, kind of trying to get you onto both of them at the same time. Because essentially you're going to be in Disney Plus, and if you have Hulu, you're going to have access to all of this other content. And I suspect if you aren't a subscriber to Hulu, it's probably going to keep prompting you saying, look at all this great stuff that you could have access to. So I think we're going to see much more combination of it. And I suspect then when Comcast's stake in Hulu is completely brought out, we're probably likely to see then a full merger of Disney Plus and Hulu at some point, but it might not be next year or even the year after. If you take, for example, Showtime and Paramount Plus, they kind of started bundling them together and then they merged them together, but it's still technically separate. Though I think as of this week, Showtime is no longer accepting new applicants through its single app. So it's a slow process. Not everything's going to happen overnight. Hopefully we get some more information on this one app experience pretty soon. We've got, as an interview with Bob Iger later today. We've also got a quarterly results call next month. So I'm hoping we get some details on all of this pretty soon. But yeah, it's gonna take time. But I think we're definitely into that zone now where things are happening. But anyway, let me know what you think of all of today's news. Go check us out over at whatsonatdisneyplus.com. Like, follow, and subscribe. And I shall see you guys soon. Laters.